Hello everyone, welcome back to RetroComs. As many of you surely know, I have a soft spot for anything with a slide-out QWERTY keyboard. The Droid 2 line is certainly no exception, as a Droid 2 Global on Verizon in the standard navy blue was the very first smartphone that I owned. However, there were other Droid 2 variants that had caught my eye through the years. Let's have a look at some of the droids that I had been searching for. First up, we have this one. It's a standard navy blue Droid 2 with the addition of an extended battery. The battery underneath this cover is the BP7X, allowing you to gain a little bit of extra battery life if you were down with the thickness, which, given the Droid 2's standard form factor, it's not too much of a difference. Still pocketable, still feels premium in the hand, just with a little extra bump of battery life. This phone is in good shape, fully functional, and if I wanted to, I could revert it back to factory state with a stock battery cover and battery, but I'm keeping this one as is because you don't see this extended battery cover every day. Now, Motorola did sell these covers for other phones, like the V3 series and the E815 that I know of for sure, and there are probably more, but this is how it was implemented on the Droid 2 series. Won't go too much further into this one, as it is just a standard Droid 2. Looking at this one, we have here the Winter White variant. Now, this was an uncommon color, but inside it's still just a normal Droid 2. Looking around, we see that it has the same keyboard that is used on the blue ones, as well as white volume keys that match the rest of the housing, and a white power button. They did that on the Droid series for the blue one as well, but that will become important on a later variant. Now, this one is also in good shape. I do have its original box right here. I'll cover that a little bit further later on as well. But outside of a neat outer color for its housing, this one is still just a Droid 2. Nothing too different than the one that I carried. Now, before I get into this last one here, I would like to take a look at another one of the Droid family. This is a Motorola Droid Photon prototype. It arrived as I was about to conclude filming for this episode, but between its arrival and a weird issue with the video I had recorded, I decided I would go ahead and include it anyway. That way you guys get something good out of my little misfortune of having to re-record this video. Looking around, the keyboard kind of reminds me of the Droid 4, as well as the overall roundness of the device, yet with angled corners. Not quite the same shape as the Droid 4, with an external SD card slot here on the side rather than under the battery cover. But speaking of batteries, this thing is inflated. I'm definitely going to have to take this apart and service it in order to get rid of that expanded battery. Unlike the Droid 2 Global, with its extended battery and battery cover, this is unintentional. This is what battery degradation looks like. So this is going to need disassembly. Still, neat to have a prototype Motorola from this era in my collection. Hopefully I'll be able to get it disassembled, replace the battery, and show this to you in full working order. Last but most certainly not least, we have a Droid 2 that is anything but ordinary. The R2-D2 Droid 2. With a custom R2 design on the back, bright blue accented volume and camera keys, and some interesting details up here at the front, this is unmistakably the R2 variant, standing out from other droids. We start to see nods to the Star Wars franchise immediately with the wallpaper as well as the unlock button pulls. We see the standard droid widget there, as well as an R2 holographic clock widget. Scrolling down, we can find a few preloaded apps, such as this one right here, as well as the best of R2. I would show you these, but there may be some copyright stuff involved there, so I don't want to take that chance. Let's also open up the settings to check the ringtones, because they did add some special ones for this specific Droid 2 variant, if I can remember where that setting is found. Oh. Right here. So just for comparison, I'll open up the settings on this winter white version as well. Here we just see the standard ringtones that come with the Droid 2, whereas here we see some that stand out as odd. Now, what are these? These are sounds that R2 would make, but to be used as ringtones. I won't show too many of those due to copyright, but there are several scattered throughout this list of ringtones. Same for the list of notification tones. So, as you can see, this is not just a skin-deep R2 branding of the Droid 2. There are some special features included in. Something else that is included is the dock. Up front we have the Droid R2-D2 in the signature font used by the Droid series. We have some circuit trace type print up here near the Motorola logo, as well as the Star Wars logo on the top of the dock. And of course, this works just like any other Android dock, which I would show you working in full if I had it plugged into micro USB, but the phone does know when it is sitting on a dock and automatically transitions to this docked mode. So it's not just a winter white Droid 2 dressed up in an R2-D2 paint scheme. It has its own set of special features, its own special box, and comes with this neat dock. With that, I would like to say thank you to Tony from Tony's Phone Collection, as all three of these Droid 2s came from him. Without him, this would not be possible. I greatly appreciate this contribution to my collection, which, of course, I did pay for these. I paid fairly. But he didn't have to sell them to me. He may have been able to get more for them, but he trusted me with these devices. And that I greatly appreciate. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. May the 4th be with you. Hope you enjoyed that R2-D2 Droid 2 Global. This is RetroComms, signing off.